Well, the markets are really happy this morning, and Tesla is flat, and I don't quite understand why. The real news of today is that oil is up dramatically and that gasoline prices are having an impact on the economy. We'll talk about all that in detail, but higher gasoline prices benefit Tesla. Whatever happens with the UAW and the automakers benefits Tesla. Economy up or down, Tesla is better positioned than startups or legacy. We'll talk about the PPI, which came in hotter than expected, but maybe in a good way. This is Randy Kirk. If you like the morning show, hit like, hit subscribe, hit notify. I'm hoping we got Larry Goldberg at around 11 o'clock today, California time. I am hoping to get Brian White on the line reporting from the floor of the Detroit Auto Show. We'll see if that takes place. Anyway, of course, you always want to join Patreon. You have an incentive right now to join Patreon. We will talk about, wow, that was clever. We will talk about that incentive later. All right. So the producer price index increased a seasonally adjusted 0.7% in August, higher than the 0.4% estimate and the biggest monthly gain since June 2022. So this is extremely bad news, except the price was driven by goods being up 2% month over month, not year over year, 2% month over month, with services only up 0.2%. Now, that's a good switch. You don't want the goods to be up 2%, but services only being up 0.2% is excellent. The market might be looking at that as being really good news. There was no further, well, see, yes, so oil up 30% in just 2 months, and oil is a very big part of this 2% increase in the producer price index. Excluding food and energy, core PPI increased 0.2% in line with the estimate. So the oil thing is what's happening, okay? Elsewhere, retail sales increased a higher than expected 0.6% in August, well above the 0.1% estimate and higher than last month's increase, but 2 months in a row of very good increases in retail sales. Unfortunately, excluding sales at gasoline station plus cars and vehicle parts, retail spending advanced a more modest 0.2%. Now that's a good number. We should be happy that outside of oil, gas, and cars, the retail sales went up 0.2%. That's good. But the problem is that big increase in overall product sales includes the problem with oil being up so strongly. Gasoline prices are going to squeeze out other purchases. It's like having a tax increase on the entire economy. It's good for Tesla sales, and it might create more interest in Tesla in the Midwest. All good things for Tesla, not good for the overall economy. Last bit of reporting this morning, initial jobless claims nudged higher to 220,000 for the week ended September 9. That is below the 225 estimate. No big deal one way or the other on that one. That's right in line with expectations, but indicates that the economy is still doing just fine. Who's been telling you that there's not going to be a recession? I continue to say there's not going to be a recession. I promise you. No, I don't promise you. Everything that I know, other than the fact that these oil prices could be way more serious than I've been thinking about. I'll get back to that in a minute. All right, there's lots of reporting out this morning that Tesla has been able to create a single casting for the underbody of the new Gen 3 car. So instead of a front section, a back section, and the battery in the middle, and those three having to be attached together, this is a one-piece underbody for the entire car. This is not terribly surprising, and sources said it wasn't clear if Tesla would use this approach on the Gen 3 car, even though they have the capability to do it. But it's another reminder of the innovative pace of Tesla and its potential to keep turning the entire industry on its head. I'm hoping they will use the one-piece casting. Of course, they're going to do whatever it is that's the most economically reasonable. All right, the United Auto Workers say they will do strategic strikes starting tomorrow. They will strike certain locations or facilities to create pressure on the automakers to get serious. I don't want to suggest that I know better than them, but drip, drip, drip has never been my favorite way to move somebody to action. Not sure why he's using that approach of a little strike here, a little strike there. Basically what he's doing is saying, I'll kick this can down the road. We're not ready to make a decision tomorrow, but I have to do something to show I'm serious. Not good strategy. I'm not rooting for the UAW. You know that for sure, but boy, I was surprised by that approach. I no longer believe there will be an extension today at the end of the day, like I thought before, because he's already extended it and he's already announced it in advance. So no resolution today, no extension today, and there will be a strike starting tomorrow. Whatever happens, Tesla benefits. Sure, the UAW is threatening to unionize Tesla. That was the threat yesterday. Oh yeah, we'll go after Tesla. Those threats have been made lots of times before. My mouth hasn't awakened yet. But so far, not a single new automaker, not a single foreign automaker that has come to the United States, not one has been unionized in the US, only the big three. Will the Fed raise next week? Absolutely nobody thinks so. That's why the market is up this morning. They believe that whatever happened with the CPI and PPI today will not change the mind of staying in a pause next week or pausing next week. The big question is, how neutral will Powell be when he speaks Wednesday afternoon? I would say that the oil situation might even be mentioned when Powell speaks Wednesday afternoon. We'll see what happens there, but that is what the big deal is. The rest of it is fine. I'm telling you, there's nothing else in the CPI and the PPI, the retail sales, anything that's going on right now that would give any reason to believe that we will have a problem with inflation going forward, except oil. Smart people now say that they will raise more, pause more, cut, all three. I can show you articles from really smart people saying that they're going to raise in November or December, that they will pause more, that they will cut by December. I think they're going to stay higher longer. That's what they said they're going to do. And I think that the CPI and PPI will be much better between now and November, except for oil. I just hope there's enough good news between now and January to get the cuts started in January. Multiple other analysts are now joining my chorus that hikes are actually contributing to rising home prices. So therefore, they are counterproductive. And of course, there's plenty of people talking about the oil aspect. Okay, we got two issues today that get dumb idea patches. It's something new for my show, dumb idea patches. One, someone has suggested that Tesla have a stock sale and raise additional capital. The idea is that this would put pressure on their competitors. They don't need more cash. They have $23 billion in cash and no debt. They can't spend the cash fast enough that they have, and there's more coming. There's going to be more cash flow coming in the future quarters. Why do a stock offering now when the stock is a 30% discount from all-time highs, and probably is worth even more than that? I think it's a very bad idea on every level, and Gary Black agrees with me. But it was a serious enough suggestion that Gary Black commented on it, so I thought I should too. Dumb idea number two. Some think that the hotter than expected CPI report means there's another rate increase at the Fed meeting in November, December. Increasing the rate would not cause Saudi Arabia to pump more oil. And everyone seems that in a perfect agreement, everybody's in agreement that rents are coming down and that higher interest rates are actually causing a housing shortage, thus increasing home values. The Fed hopefully has more sense than to raise in November, December. On the other hand, does the Biden administration feel that the oil price problem helps them move their green agenda forward? Therefore, they could care less about the impact on the economy? Is this possible? This has been talked about before, that the greenies in Washington, D.C. are like, yeah, let the oil prices go crazy. This will just help us get a transition out of oil faster. It is impossible. I hope people understand that. There is no way that we're going to transition any faster than we're transitioning now. We have to, you can't make any more cars, EV cars than you're making now. You're not going to transition people into other positive things that I'd like to see happen any faster than it's happening. You can't build batteries any faster than it's happening. We're already doing all of that. This is just going to kill the world economy, and that is not going to help anybody except Tesla. Tesla is out this morning saying they could provide a titanium coating to the Cybertruck that would mean the only way you could ever scratch it would be with a diamond. People are saying already on X this morning that they would definitely pay that extra for that. Meanwhile, I have breaking news. This is breaking news. The Cybertruck handover will not take place in September. Oh, you're saying, well, duh, Randy, it's the, what is it, 14th, and they haven't announced it yet. So I think we can all be clear the handover is not going to take place before the end of the third quarter. That dog ain't going to hunt. Okay, I am a bit worried that the early market gains this morning are due to the headline numbers that were being reported as being positive. I think when people start to scrutinize it, as we have just done, I think possibly the market ends up down today. Not sure what will happen with Tesla. This is all good for Tesla, but last time I checked, Tesla was flat. Let's check the numbers now. So what we got is Tesla is finally up, and the market is still strong. The market is, the Dow is up 0.5%, NASDAQ up 0.25%, S&P up in between those two, about 0.41. Tesla is now up 0.76, so ahead of the NASDAQ and the Dow. So finally, people are beginning to understand maybe that this is a benefit to Tesla. It's at 273. I read a fairly sophisticated technical analysis that says that there's a cup and handle being formed, and that if Tesla can break through 278, it goes all the way to, well, I don't think it said it goes all the way to 300. I would say if it breaks 278, going to 300 is a slam dunk. We've got the rest of the tech stocks, the rest of the Magnificent Seven, all up except for Amazon, which is down a full percent. Not sure why that would be. It's bouncing back a little bit right now. And NVIDIA up 0.3, so it's kind of participating. Generally speaking, all of the Cathie Wood stocks are up. Now let's look at the other data. We have got the Bitcoin up 390 points this morning, 26.5. That's the best it's been in a while. We have got the dollar kind of flattish. We have got gold down again, 1928. We have got oil up, as mentioned before, 89.84. As on the Texas Intermediate, Brent is now over 93. This is not good. This is the thing that really needs to be dealt with. I guess I've said it enough this morning. And bonds now at 4.266, up 0.018. Let me look at that's the 10-year. The 2-month is down a little bit. The 2-year is up about the same amount, but still currently under the 5% level. So bonds are up. Kind of expect that would be, that would be what I'd expect. What I'm not expecting this morning is how well the Dow is doing. All right, so remember, hit notify. That means you need to subscribe. If you didn't already hit like, this is a great time to do it. And then you want to, of course, join Patreon. And here's what's going to happen. If you join Patreon at the $10 level, you're going to get this. Please understand, you don't send $10 to PayPal. You go to Patreon. As it says in the description below, you click on that link, you go to Patreon, and you join at the $10 level, and you get one of these for free. You need to let me know whether you want camo or whether you want stainless steel. If you don't want to join Patreon, and I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to help be a producer of this channel, but if you don't want to join Patreon and you want one of these, like a whole bunch of people did again yesterday, the numbers every single day are just blowing my mind. And thank you so much for supporting the channel through purchasing one of these or multiple of these, multiple 2s, 3s, 5s, 8s yesterday. So if you want to get one of these, or you want to get one of these for everybody you know, or you want to use it for a promotion or some kind of a contest, or you want one for every possible place that you've got in your life, like your plane, absolutely got what you need one of these on your private plane. You're going to need one at the cabin because you've all got a cabin. You've all got a second home someplace. You want to put one of these on your boat and in your RV. So for all of you out there who are Teslaonaires, you need at least a dozen of these. But if you buy more than 10, if you want to buy more than 10, give me a buzz and I'll talk to you about a little bit of a discount on the price. Okay, you just send to PayPal, paypal.me / all lowercase Randy Kirk, or go to my email. I don't always put that out, but if somehow you can't get into PayPal, let me know. I'll give you my email and you can get in that way. All right. By the way, I'm holding up the stainless version the whole time. Here's the camo version. Be sure to note when you send it, camo or stainless steel. Please put that in there. All right. I think that's all I've got for you today. Have a wonderful day. It's been great talking to you.